Thank you for tuning in to This Is DeLaCruz. This video is brought to you by Guitar Center Professional. I know you've heard of Guitar Center. GC Pro is nationwide with professional pricing. Hit them up, link in bio. Greg Glazer's name's below. Hit him up. You can text him if you want to. His email will be in there too. I'm here with Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher is monitors for?
Falling in reverse.
Falling in reverse, awesome. What does monitors mean?
Monitors, so I am here to help the band hear what they need to hear.
Okay. Now, are you in-ears? Are you monitor or wedges, or are you both, or what are we doing for this one?
We're a combination of everything. So we've got Texas headphones, big old stereo headphone rig.
Love to go up there and show them in a minute.
We'll do it a little bit. Wedges across the downstage edge.
Okay, how many wedges?
8 across the downstage, and then our bass player also has one just for his vocal.
Okay, cool.
And then everyone's on ears as well.
Okay, SD10.
Yes.
Why the SD10?
So I actually inherited this from the person that left before me. And it's honestly, it's a great functional console for what we need.
Okay.
We're not a super high input count. We're about 50 some odd inputs probably. Okay. And it does what we need.
I just saw you have 3 Bricastis.
I do have 3 Bricastis.
He's got 3. You know how hard it is to find one of those? How did you get 3, and who did you have to kill to get 3?
I asked really, really nicely. So we obviously have one main lead singer, but then we have our bass player also does quite a bit of lead himself. Yep. So I'm kind of treating them equally in the vocally range. So one gets a Bricasti, so does the other, and then the other one's just for my snare.
Wow. Okay. Walk me through your RF. Are you doing RF as well?
Yes. So I have an 8600 here for scanning. Then I've got 4 channels to receive here, and then 8 channels to transmit, all Shure. Mics are all just SM58s, great reliable mic. And then PSM 1000s for the transmits.
And a lot of batteries.
A lot of batteries.
A lot of batteries, baby.
So, man in a backup.
I love it.
So, we'll always have one charging.
Can we see the stage?
Yeah, we can go see the stage real quick.
Awesome. So what, if you don't mind me asking, what got you into doing monitors?
So, I always loved music, but was never really a musician myself.
So you weren't a musician?
No, I was not. Started doing sound when I was 15 at a church, and just snowballed from there. Okay.
And how'd you get connected with Falling in Reverse?
I've been good friends with their tour manager for a long time, and they were looking for a new person, and so asked me, and I had just become available, so it worked out perfectly.
That's awesome. Yep. All right. One thing I want to talk about is something called Texas headphones. Texas headphones are a lot of times in DJs, they have them up there, but can you explain what Texas headphones are and maybe what this big old thing I'm standing next to is?
So our principal artist loves it loud on stage. He loves to feel it. He wants to have his own private concert almost. And this is what we're able to do to help him with that. So we are 2K2 from L Acoustics over 2 KS28s per side.
Per side. So we got one over there.
So we got one over there, one over here.
And one over here.
And it can pummel him at times when it needs to.
I mean, because he has up here, he has a thing he walks back and forth, correct?
Yeah, so during his show,
on both sides,
he'll have a riser that is 45 feet wide. Yep. And just goes back and forth. And we also have our Claire CM14 wedges, 8 of them across the downstage edge. So
we got monitors, they either have in-ears or wedges. In-ears, literally put them in your ear. You got wedges, which are floor ones.
Yes.
So how many wedges do you have for this one?
I've got 9 on the stage.
9 through the front.
8 across the front.
8 across the front.
9th for the bass player.
Yeah, you said the bass player in the back.
Yep.
Okay. And they all do have ears as well?
All have ears as well. Some of them are rocking just one.
Really?
Yep.
The whole time?
The whole time.
Whoa.
So, and that's where all of our wedges and side fills help out.
Okay, are any of them have both in?
Yes, most of the band does have both in.
Okay. Now, what is your trick, your advice to other monitor engineers for artists that are just getting on ears to be able to not have that boxed in feeling and to be able to open? Because that's one of the biggest complaints I hear from artists. Like, I don't like it feeling like I can't hear anything.
Yeah, one of it, those Bricassis that we saw earlier, is a great reverb. Expensive, but great.
Yeah. If you can get one.
Yeah. Just kind of helps it make it feel more alive. Crowd mics.
Okay. How many you got here?
I only have a pair on this one.
Okay, where are those at?
Right here.
Okay.
Sorry, this one right here.
Oh, these are yours. Okay.
This one's mine.
And you got one on both sides?
One on both sides.
Do you have them in stereo?
They are in stereo.
Okay.
So I'm just to keep it open.
Okay. So that will get them from feeling like their ears are plugged to opening it up, and also they can hear these lovely people as well. Feedback.
Feedback.
How do you mitigate feedback?
I have several layers of graphic EQs.
What is feedback?
So feedback is when that cycle starts happening of certain frequencies, basically just rotating, and it'll just take off and not really feel good in your ears.
So if you have a microphone, there's a certain frequency that will come through this and make a loop around, and once it makes that loop, you hear that or whatever it is.
Whatever frequency it is.
Because literally microphones are speakers in reverse, so you're just going from one to another and just make that loop. How do you make that not happen?
So I've got several layers of graphic EQs where I am just cutting, whether it's on the full left-right mix of the side fills or the wedges.
Okay.
And then I've got one specifically just on our singer's vocal.
Do you have a custom preset for every single place you go to, or do you have to actually come up here and ring it out every single time?
I ring it out every night.
Because these change pretty drastically.
Yeah, and even like I'll walk it in the afternoon when we line check, and then I'll walk it again right before the show because people in the room, the environment changes, it warms up a little bit, and that can change what happens.
So it would seem kind of daunting to me to have this size of speakers and to be able to do feedback control with that, because that's a lot of areas to have it be feedback, because standing here could be different from standing over here, which could be different from standing by those. How do you approach that?
Honestly, it's just push it as hard as you can.
Okay.
And see where it starts taking off and go from there.
So one of the things I try to tell monitor guys is to make the feedback, make it happen.
Yeah.
And then, because you can't find it unless you actually.
Yep.
So do you actually take the microphone and just shove it right in the car?
I don't ever do that. I get real close though.
Okay.
And I'll start, making certain noises that I know. I know these side fills really well now.
Sure.
And so I can start mimic some of those noises that I know will take off.
Okay.
And kind of, weird noises. So it seems really weird, but whatever you need to do to make it happen.
Yeah. Are you able? I know the drums are wrapped up. Can you walk me through a little bit of what your microphones are?
Yeah.
For? It's a smaller drum set, correct?
It is a smaller drum set. So we are a 91 and a D6 on the kick.
Okay, so 2 in, correct?
Yeah, they're both inside. Inside, yes.
Okay.
But kind of out. One's more in, one's a little more closer to the front. We just swapped the snare mics, and I honestly don't know what we swapped them to.
Oh, that is a beautiful set, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Come here, look at this. Look at how gorgeous that DW set is.
Yeah, he's got a rose gold finish on all the stuff.
Man, that is beautiful.
Yeah, and then 604s for the toms. Neumann 144s, I believe is the...
184?
144. I think.
There's 144? Okay.
I don't remember.
I see some 414s.
And then 414s for the overheads.
And I know what that one is. It's an SM58.
Yes, it is. That's our Talkback.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Push to talk?
Push to talk.
So, is it a push activated or is it just you hold activated?
Push and hold.
Okay, and that goes to your ears?
Goes to my ears. Goes to during the day. I have a preset where it goes to everyone, and I just hit a button, and it just goes to the people it needs to go to. So singer doesn't hear it during the show.
Oh, okay, that's smart.
Yeah.
Front of house hear that?
Front of house can hear it. He toggles sometimes.
Okay. What do you think is one of the biggest mistakes that new monitor engineers starting off do?
A lot of it I see right now is over compression.
Okay.
They get in there and they're just like, oh, we just got to compress it. And everything just sounds so squashed. They're musicians, they want to feel it. They want to hear, they want to be able to, feel the pushes when they push it, and then feel it just be there.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So one of the first things I did, I came into a file already that was made, and the first thing I did was loosen up all the compressors.
Okay.
Went from like 3 to 4 to 1 compression to 2 to 1 at max for the most part.
Okay.
And just kind of went from there and felt. And honestly, the band, first time they played when I took over, was all, this feels a lot better.
Cool.
Feels a lot more like I'm playing music.
Cool.
Out there, compression, compression, compression.
Yeah.
But here it's,
open her up, let her breathe.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if people want to follow you on your career on social media, is there anywhere they can follow you on?
Yeah, I've got an Instagram.
Okay. What's your Instagram?
KFletch12.
KFletch12.
Yep.
Awesome. Or come to a Falling in Reverse show near you. Man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you.
No problem.
And yeah.